3, 2, 1. Welcome back to this week's episode 2 of the Nameless, not for too long, disc golf podcast here, presented by Escape Outdoors. I'm Ryan Heeman.
And I'm Noah Strickland.
And today we wanted to start the show off with a little bit of information about the shop. We just received in a lot of Innova. We got about 160 discs, and we have about 160 or 170 on the way. Should be here sometime like next week or so, I'd say. We also have a really big order of Discraft coming here in about 2 days. One day, if you're watching the podcast on Wednesday. But yeah, that should be pretty cool. What else?
So just to name a few of the things that we got some KC Pro AVRs. We got a few other things in Champion and Star Plastic, some pretty heavy hitting discs that a lot of people like. We got some Blizzard Champion stuff. Ryan and I both picked up one of these crates, and that will be cool. I have a regular Champion crate, so I'm ready to see how the Blizzard flies. Allegedly, it's lightweight, but it still flies the same as Champion, so we'll see. We also, something cool we got were these Star Eagles with a really cool stamp on them. They all look really cool, so that'll be something that y'all can come check out in the store. We got a ton of other things as well. What was it we got? There were rats.
Yeah, we got Star Rats, Star Studs.
We got some. What's the driver that you like? The Wraith.
Yeah, we got a lot of Star Wraiths, a lot of Champion Wraiths.
With the
KC Ken Climo.
The 12-time.
12-time? Yeah. So pretty cool stuff all around there. And we've got some pretty cool stuff on the way too. We've got some Discmania on the way. We've got 23 D-line P2s in max weight coming. That's unheard of. Yeah, those haven't been available.
Cannot find those. I challenge you to.
Yeah. We've got some FDs, some FD2s coming. A new disc that I don't know if I can talk about or not is on the way as well. Possibly.
So stay tuned.
But it's in the Evolution line, so it's pretty cool. We got a lot of those coming. We've also got some Halo TL3s that were supposed to be here this week, but they've been in limbo with everything going on with like shipping services right now. So they're currently in Atlanta, so they should be here sometime.
Before too long.
Yeah, sometime in the next couple of days. The chances are by the time you see this podcast, the day after it is posted, we most likely have them in. We've also got Halo Shrikes coming, so that'll be pretty cool. But yep, that's I think that wraps it up for inventory for the shop.
A lot of cool stuff. Flight towel,
yeah, we got Flight Towel in. Flight Towel is awesome. We have one on display at the shop. It's a right-handed one if you want to come in and try it. Pretty cool, nifty little thing there, and the towel is pretty nice. It's like one of those grid fleece, or not grid fleece, but I'm talking about jackets now. But it's like one of those grid microfiber
like the
towels.
Waffle style.
Yeah, the waffle style. It does a really good job of getting moisture off and getting dirt off, that sort of thing. But pretty cool all around. We got some cool stuff in shop right now and some cool stuff on the way, so should be pretty nice. Starting it off, let's see. I guess we can start with our post from last week. Noah threw this up on the ADGA Facebook group, and we got a lot of support. We love that everybody checked it out. A lot more people watched this and checked it out than we thought, and we appreciate the love and support. We actually even put in a $10 bounty to the first person that reached out to us, the first person that got to, like, I think it was like the last 5 minutes of the show. We were like, first person that reaches out to us and can tell us what we talked about at the very end gets a $10 gift card. And I forget the guy's name, but he reached out within like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So shout out to that guy for going through the whole show and listening to it. In this show, we were asking for suggestions on names for the podcast, and we got, you probably already see some down there by our boy Brandon. But we're gonna read these out, see what y'all think about them. and we'll kind of go from there. So, starting it out, I'll read Brandon's.
Good luck with it.
And then we can go off and on from then. So, number 1, we've got the Big Putts podcast.
That's good.
Pretty solid contender. Coming in at number 2, we've got the Putt Hole Destroyers.
That's good.
That's also a solid choice. The Chain Ticklers.
There you go.
Yep. The Big Disc Danglers. Now,
like
keep in
that
mind, this comment was thrown up so quick. It took him no time to think of these.
This guy is smart.
Just off the dome. So, pretty good. What else we have?
So, from Will Douglas, we've got Cyber Chains, and his reasoning behind that is because Augusta calls itself Cyber City. And he also mentioned, don't forget to play Fort Gordon.
Yeah, I hear they have some pretty cool stuff out there. Me and Noah have been meaning to go play out there. We have one customer at the shop that's been invited us to go out there. So pretty soon here we're going to take him up on that offer and go see what that's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Martinez, the Disc Golf Information Network. Pretty cool stuff. I like that one. That's a good one.
That's wholesome. Then you've got from Cameron Bodie. I apologize if I butchered that name. The Chain Gang. With 2 likes. So currently, I believe, he and Brandon are tied with the amount of likes on the comment, which some pretty good competition to be involved in.
Yep. And then we've got our boy Blake Muncie with the Escape the Norm podcast.
Also
pretty cool.
2 likes. That's
also
good.
2 likes. I like that one.
And then you've got from Mike Marshman, Escape to Disc Golf, or the Disc Golf Escape podcast.
Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Creative.
Garrett Maddox. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. But the Weekly Escape.
That's good.
That's good.
It's good. And then Joshua, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Say Teskey said this is cool with the sunglasses emoji.
May not be the name of the podcast, but we do appreciate the comment for sure.
We definitely appreciate the comment.
Yep. Marcus, I won't say your last name, but Marcus, the DNN Disc News Network.
That's good.
We liked that one. That was a pretty cool one.
That's good.
Yep.
Jeremy Hughes also said it would be cool to occasionally recap local tournaments. So guess what we're going to do today, Mr. Jeremy and everyone else watching? We are going to do a recap of Throw at the O at our very own Lake Olmsted here in Augusta, Georgia. So, Ryan, I believe you have those scores. Do you want to go into that?
Yeah, I'll switch over right now. So, August 29th at Lake Olmsted, they held a tournament, Throw at the O. Tournament director, Stephen Odom. Assistant tournament director, Eddie Brown. We had some pretty crazy wind that day from what I heard.
Yeah, 20 mile an hour.
Yeah, people said they were trying to make 10, 15-foot putts, and their discs were just flying all sorts of different ways. And I heard there was a lot of plastic lost that day out there. So
for sure,
not good. But we can go through some of these results. In the open category, Jason Lynn walked away with the dub. Looks like he shot 14 under par for a 98 total, won $125. Congrats to Jason. Pretty cool guy, very good player. Congrats.
Yeah, congratulations to you, Mr. Jason. And for the Pro Masters 40 and up crowd, Mr. Jim Corder walked away. He shot 5 down, he won for his division. So congratulations to you.
In the advanced category, we've got Eric Lund shooting 6 under par for a total of 106. Pretty cool for the advanced category. Congrats to Eric Lund.
Yeah, good for him. And for the amateur Masters 40 and up, we've got Chris Sauls. He shot a smooth 2 over, pretty healthy round, and he walked away with the win on that one.
Very nice, very nice. We've got amateur masters 60 and up. Robert Carey, shooting 17 over par for a total of 129, walking away with, again, the amateur masters 60 plus group.
Yeah, and for intermediate, Bryson Patterson, he walked away. Let's see, he shot 3 over, and congratulations to him. But also, I've got 2 people that are trying to steal my name on this card for intermediate. We've got Noah Navarre. Congratulations to you. You got second. You stole my first name, and Darren Strickland, who stole my last name. Mr.
Not related.
Yeah, not related. I don't really know a Darren Strickland.
Whoops, didn't mean to pull up your profile. Sorry, Darren.
Hey, I mean, maybe it'll show how I'm related. So Darren Strickland shot 15 up, which is pretty good. Now, Ryan, how did the intermediate women do?
Well, Shelby Wilson mopped the floor, absolutely demolished the competition. She won the intermediate women category.
There you go. Smooth. Recreational, Andrew Justice. Andrew Justice shot 6 over par for a total of 118, so good round to you.
And for the novice group, we have our man Blake Muncie shooting 29 over for a total of 141. He came into the shop that day. Between the rounds, he was talking about the conditions out there, so it's pretty cool to see him, see what he was thinking. Pretty cool stuff all around.
And for the novice crowd, Mr. Blake Muncie won.
I already talked.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had. Oh, yeah, sorry. I lost track. Sorry, guys, we mess up. This is live, though, so you're going to get the full taste.
Yep.
So for juniors, equal to or under 18 years old, Mr. Andrew Sand.
Out of Evans, Georgia.
Yes, out of Evans, Georgia. Shot 31 over. Pretty solid round.
Nice. And then for junior, 15 or under, Avery
Carteret. Pardon us if we messed up.
18 over for a total of 130. Very nice.
And for juniors 10 and under, we got Grayson Moody. Shot 30 over par. That is a really, really solid score for 10 and under.
That's creeping up on Blake's score.
I know, that is
That's creeping up on Blake's score.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he's winning the stroke of you, Mr. Blake. So if I were you, I would get out there and do some field work. But pretty solid. Cool. Yeah, that's
10 and under. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a great scorecard right there.
Very nice.
What you want to do next, Ryan?
What do we have next on the list? Well, we can talk about the Dynamic Discs Open.
Okay.
That just happened last weekend. Of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Paul Macbeth. I don't think anyone's surprised. Noah especially isn't surprised.
No.
Walked away with the win for the tournament, and also Paige Pierce.
It goes to further prove my point that Discraft does indeed support the best players in the game. Ryan sometimes likes to get a little crazy and somewhat suggests that Discraft players aren't all that. But I mean,
it's not that. But it's not that. But everybody, all companies have really good pros, and sometimes it's a toss up. And it was got really good players. Discmania's got really good players. I mean, there's open bag players that are really good too. So,
we've been looking at a lot of Drew Gibson stuff lately,
and
homeboy throws a mixed bag, but he makes it work.
Yeah.
And I watched some of his tournament coverage from previous years, and the dude can throw. How far? How many miles do you think? I mean, golly, the dude throws it so hard.
I mean, he throws a while.
It makes that little snap, that little, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep, just kind of pops out of his hand.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty
golly.
Cool. If y'all haven't checked out his videos, he's got a YouTube channel. We'll probably link it below in the description, even though he probably doesn't need the recognition from us, but he makes pretty cool stuff, so we'll give him a little shout out. Let's see what else we have. We can talk about this because this was pretty cool. This caught our eye because we are maybe in the market for a logo.
There we go.
We saw this. Kaylee Powers was in need of a logo for her women's disc golf Augusta group, and looks like Justin Lago
Should be Justin Logo because part of the dad joke. But that is one stellar piece of art right there.
Yeah.
I will say to say the least, that is phenomenal.
Yeah, Justin, this looks awesome. We are definitely in need of a logo. If you want to work together, we're gonna reach out after this podcast and see if we can get something work together. We definitely are in need of a logo, and we've got some ideas. So hopefully we can get something done there. What else do we have for today?
Let's see. So we did throw at the O.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else is going on locally. So I will say Ryan and I managed to get out to Lake Olmsted and play around Sunday evening. So that proved to be very rewarding. We really liked the way that the course was. It was in spectacular condition. So Ryan, you have any thoughts about that?
The course was in really good shape. I had a great time playing out there. We went and played Steady Ed in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. And then we also played Lake O, kind of closer to sunset. And it was in great shape. Of course, since they had it set up for the tournament and they had a bunch of volunteers out there and the county out there working to make it look really nice. Yeah, overall, just a lot better experience going out and playing when it's set up for a tournament. It's well manicured. And that sort of thing, but we had some issues losing some discs.
So you want to tell them what you lost first?
Yeah, I can tell them what I lost. So I lost pretty much a brand new Discmania Instinct. I was trying that out. I have a T-Bird, but the Instinct is very similar, but it's a little bit different plastic. It's similar to like Latitude's like optoplastic, I feel like. Maybe a little bit gummier and flexible, but I was liking that. Threw that in on 7, or was that?
No, it was on the back 9 because we were coming back, I believe, weren't we?
No. That was the white one I threw in a forehand, got it to turn over, said goodbye to it in the water.
Oh, no, you're right. It was front 9.
Yeah, and then the my prototype Hades, which someone already found it within 24 hours and texted me. Shout out to them.
That's a dish to find.
Yeah, they're gonna drop it by the shop. It wasn't even a golf shot. I just I threw my shot to the basket, and then that was the disc I drove with, and I walked forward like 10 feet and just threw a little baby forehand.
Just
and
a
of
little
course,
something.
nose up and just went straight into the nothingness on number 16.
Yeah, 16.
Number 16, right across the bend. You probably don't want to lose anything there, and my Hades just got eaten by it. So
yeah, it's actually pretty interesting the way it happened. So Ryan, how did your drive go that you landed there at that bend?
So I was going for, I don't know what I did. I think it was I was going for like a forehand turnover shot, and I didn't really get it to turn over, and it just kind of hit that first big tree.
Yeah.
And then it kicked a little left. So I had a pretty open look at the basket, and I threw my shot to the basket, and then
that's where the meltdown happened.
it wasn't even a stroke. Just a $20.
Not even an actual golf shot.
$20 later, and it was gone.
So my shot off the tee, I threw my Avenger SS. I tried to get it to turn up, go right. I backhanded it, and I hit the same tree. So Ryan and I landed in the exact same spot, or within a couple feet of each other. So he throws a shot, and I get up with my zone, just trying to park it up near the basket. And of course, I didn't park it up near the basket. It hit the wall before it could bounce in, which was pretty tough. But I hear Ryan throw, but the problem is I didn't see the disc. And I know that we have nothing but water to the right of us. So at the very last second, I look up to the sky right about at the apex of the Hades flight. and I just saw that
It's
bad
just-
boy dive.
It's just kind of stalling out, and then, then it just kind of
And we were like,
falls right.
we're not finding that. So
And I was so sure that it was in the water, but supposedly someone went down there searching for it. Shout out to that guy. Also didn't get his name. I just have his phone number. But really cool dude. His buddy. This was a story that happened in between this and the last podcast and this podcast. I lost my cloud breaker on the same hole to the same thing. I told Seth, the other guy that works here, I was like, watch this. And I was just going to do like a power hyzer shot and just grip locked it and ripped it so high and right. I was like, I'm not getting that. And that one didn't land in the water either. I was like, for sure it landed in the water, but I got a text like a couple days later and he found it.
cloud breaker.
Yeah, he texted me, I have your cloud breaker. And it was like the most like mysterious text. I was like, I didn't know if he was telling me he had my cloud breaker and he wasn't going to give it back. Or
he wanted ransom for it.
Yeah, he wanted a ransom for it.
Now,
but cool dude.
I'll say that's a pretty good pair of discs to not only lose but
and
get
then
back.
Yeah, lose and get back.
If I had to pick 2 discs in my bag that I could lose and get back, it would be those 2.
Yeah,
My Hades and my Cloud Breaker.
it was probably, well, first of all, the people who find it is 100% not the problem. The people who find it is going to dictate whether or not you get that disc back. And luckily, we have a lot of cool people around here that understand, you spend your money on that, you want it back, sort of deal. It also probably doesn't help that I took the stamps off of both those discs.
Yeah.
So they weren't pretty. They were just regular looking discs, of course, with my name on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty cool stuff. What hole was it that the first disc went in the water for you?
The first disc, well, it was the front 9. It was, no, it was not. Well, there's the hole that goes right up by the road. You threw the PD, or the dark mall tube, pardon me.
Mm-hmm. You threw
that. I threw, so Ryan forehanded that PD,
mm-hmm.
and it went into the road. Barely.
Didn't go into the road. I thought it went in the road.
Well,
It was right on the crest of the hill.
So, not a bad turnout for him. I was gonna backhand my Roadrunner, champion Roadrunner, and it is greenish yellow. It's pretty bright, but greenish yellow.
That thing's straight up yellow.
And that thing, so I can usually throw it and get it to stand up, and it goes pretty straight because of the amount of turn on there, or the negative turn, I should say. And I throw it, it flattens out, and it stands up for me. And then the dive of death, it immediately followed after. So not only did it break really hard to the left, it broke so hard, it just like stayed up at the same height and just dove all the way to about 4 or 5 feet out into the water.
You can't beat the glide of a Roadrunner. You just can't.
And it
whether you want the glide or not, it's gonna glide.
It sure did glide. And so if any of you find a champion Roadrunner out at Lake O in the water, Scuba Steve, I'm counting on you for this.
Speaking of which, he got $260
Yes.
fundraise.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I think we missed the window on that, but I'm sure we'll find a way to support him.
Yeah, we sure will. But that happened, and not only that, I tried to do a pretty big hyzer with my FD3.
But you weren't as mad about the FD3 loss as you were
Gosh.
about the Roadrunner.
That was a blessing. I
want to
hurt
make
myself.
that clear. I want to make it clear that he liked the Roadrunner. He threw the Roadrunner a lot. The FD3 he hated. I don't know why he had that disc in his bag.
Well, it doesn't glide much for me. It doesn't get a lot of distance.
Mm-hmm.
But it fades every single time.
Very reliable.
I can throw it. Golly, I can give it the deepest anhyzer ever. Like this, and that bad boy will. It'll just coast over, and just stab into the ground. So I was like, this is going to be great. I'm going to throw it over the water, and it's going to cut left. But it actually didn't fade as much as it previously had.
What is it, like 12? Hole number 12?
I believe it's when you're on the way back, making your way up the side of the lake.
It's the first water hole on the way back.
But did that, and then I go up. I was like, I'm not finding that. It's a red FD3, by the way. The stamp is kind of like translucent. You can't really see it unless
crystal translucent.
Yeah, unless you like hold it right up to you. You can't tell what it is. But then I threw my Buzz SS. I just wanted something to go straight at the basket. off of my next shot, and that thing went in the water. Thankfully, I wasn't gonna let that go. I'd go swimming for any of my buzzes, but that thing went in the water as well. It hit the top of the hill and it rolled down into the water.
Yeah.
And needless to say, it wasn't good. I would not have been a happy man going home if I would have lost my Buzz SS as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened, and but needless to say, that's all part of the game. Losing discs.
That's part of the fun.
Yeah.
You lose something, you get to buy something new.
Yeah, I mean, any excuse we get to buy more discs, we are going to take it. So that happened. I picked up the Eagle. Hopefully, it's a little lower speed than the FD3. That's going to replace that.
Yeah.
And as far as replacing the Roadrunner, I actually have another Roadrunner. It's a Star Roadrunner, but I'll be using that.
Halo Roadrunner.
Yeah, it's a Halo. Purple and white.
Southern Nationals.
With a little bass jumping out
Bass
of the water.
hitting the water
So
with a
sick.
basket as the hook. Awesome stuff.
But yeah, that's how Lake O went. Steady Ed, we Ryan probably doesn't want to admit this while we're on the pod, but we played the red tees.
We did.
We played shorts.
We wanted to have a good day.
We played shorts. And I will say, playing reds is not bad out there. I mean, you get some distance driving holes, like 400, 500-foot holes.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. I had fun. It's a nice switch up from going and playing the longer tees. But we had a good time. Had some good throws. Didn't lose anything.
Thankfully.
Did throw my cloud breaker in the water, but it's the lake. I'm gonna jump in. I don't care.
Yeah. No, Lake O. Nah. We ain't swimming in there.
Yeah.
However, Clark's Hill, I swim there recreationally.
Yeah, I was about to say I'll get in there for free. Get in
there just for the heck of it. But yeah, we did that. Yesterday, I was off yesterday, so I actually caught a round yesterday evening at Patriots as well. If you were watching last week, what's Noah's favorite course? It's obviously Patriots. I shot 1 over. That's the best score I've ever had there. I know it's not an exactly like perfect score by any means. However, we did just start a few months ago, and I considered it pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good.
It was a good feeling.
A good
feeling.
Good feeling.
And good improvement. The first time I went out there, I shot probably, 18 over, 18 or 20 something over, and I got that down to 1 over, which is pretty stout. It was a good clean round though.
Yeah.
A lot of good shots. So that happened. Let's see. What else do we have, Brian?
So we had a pretty cool guy comment on our YouTube video. He asked us to join this Facebook group, Disc Golf of Georgia. Pretty cool situation going on in here. The guy's name was Paul. Paul was the one who commented and had some kind words to say about our podcast. He also gave us a shout out in the group. But a bunch of people from Georgia, a lot of stuff going on as far as tournaments. I've even seen some just like discussion posts on here, like where everyone is. Did you play this weekend? Pretty cool stuff going on here. But y'all should definitely check it out if you're looking for another Facebook group.
A lot of cool guys and girls on there. Really nice folks.
But very cool stuff going on in here.
But that.
Let's
So
see.
we're in that now.
Yep.
So we did that. I kind of wanted to open this up. I have a question to ask Ryan. Ryan, you have been playing, because you're a big Discmania boy, you've been playing with the Tactic a lot lately.
Yes.
And I, being a Discraft boy, have been throwing my Zone religiously.
Zone and the Harp.
Well, yeah, more so the Zone now, though. The Moonshine Harp, pretty sick. It's got a really cool stamp on there. But, Ryan, what are your thoughts on the Discmania Evolution Tactic?
I like this disc. I owned a Zone before. I've never owned a Harp. Most of the time, I didn't really have a need for this type of disc in my bag. I'd either throw a mid-range soft if I had a pretty good spot to land it, or if I needed to be really touchy, I was just grabbing my my P2 and just
Yeah.
throwing it, or
That's
my
fair.
Invader. But I did pick this up, not the pink one. I got a blue one. Nothing against pink, but I've got a lot of blue in my bag. I like it. I'm still learning how to do forehand shots for lower distances. I'm decent. I'm like not decent. I'm okay at some forehands for distance, but I'm not. I don't have the touch yet for approach shots. 200, 150. But I like it. Pretty cool disc. I know a lot of people enjoy this disc, but kind of same market as like a harp or a zone.
Just a good overstable approach disc.
I think zone's probably going to be king if you want to put some torque on it. Some of these discs kind of flutter depending on what you get. You can probably throw everything great, but the zone is very like torque resistant. But yeah, Buxton's out there, and so is Seth.
The dog got outside, and it looks like Seth got him.
Yeah, Seth got him. So Buxton's safe. He was just sitting outside.
Buxton is our shop dog, for those of you that don't know. He's my personal K9. And
he was hanging out in here, but it's so hot back here. I don't know if you can tell, but we're sweating.
We are.
And he was laying on the floor just panting, and we were like, listen, man.
Yeah, we don't want him to suffer with us.
The final straw was he came and we actually, this is the second time filming this. We were going over the first subject, and he came and laid down and tilted the camera, and it was like only Noah.
Yeah,
so
not good.
He had to go. He's in the air conditioning now, and we're just back here making this show.
Yeah, we're just baking back here, absolutely sweating. So,
sorry, Blake. I told you I was gonna put this up, and I didn't put it up.
He gets to see it now.
I'm gonna re-put this tack in here.
There you go. So, one thing that I wanted to talk about that I've been doing a lot is that I've been throwing a lot of putters lately, like throwing putters off the tee, and I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, I have 3 throwing putters. If you want to talk about like premium plastic putters, I have this right here is the workhorse. This is the one that stays in the bag all the time. This is the Atom from MVP, and this is in the Proton plastic. It's 172 grams. My boy Jonathan Katuski put me on this one. He can throw this disc probably close to 400 feet, and for a throwing putter, that's pretty solid.
It's bold claims.
He easily on 17 out at Patriots. It's like the big hallway shot. You got woods on both sides. I saw him whip one of those things past the hole, or basket, pardon me, past the basket, past the road, and up into the next field. And that's a pretty stout shot. So he did that. And I've been throwing this. I've been throwing my Star AVR 3, and I have another one from Axiom. It is the Envy. I believe it's
you had a Star AVR 3.
Star AVR 3. Let's see if I can find her.
Oh, you've got the Proto Star.
Ah, yeah. So our buddy Clint Kugler hooked me up with that, and it's pretty good. It's a little more overstable than my Atom. But I can kind of craft the Atom to where if I want it to have some fade to it, or if I want it to stay straight or even go right, it's pretty adjustable in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, throwing putters, something new to me, just as the whole sport is.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like throwing putters off the tee. It's a good thing to fall back on if you just need to throw a straight shot. So.
Yep. Well, I think we will talk about one thing that we didn't necessarily talk about while we were on the topic. Noah, would you like to announce which name we're going to pick?
Why, yes, I would, if you'll give me a moment while
You can have a moment.
go back to the page. You want to go back to the page, Ryan?
Yeah, I'll go back to the page.
Just so that way all the folks can see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
If I can find it.
Well, it'll probably work if you search the
I've got
name
it.
up.
Got it right here. Yep.
So, from Mr. Paul Martinez, or if you are living in our area, Martinez, the Disc Golf Information Network. That is what we are picking. So, My reasoning behind that is it is informative, and I believe that it is very short and concise, short and sweet and to the point.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it describes a lot of what we're going to be doing here. However, Mr. Brandon Ireland on Facebook, Dort in real life, I don't know why you do that. Maybe one day you'll tell me. Yours were fantastic.
Very
However,
funny.
They didn't quite get the upvote from us. So if you've got more jokes like that, do not hesitate. Lay us out in the comments with stuff like that. It's hilarious. We get as much of a kick out of it, if not more than you. So the Disc Golf Information Network. Ryan, do you have any thoughts?
I think that and the Disc News Network were like my two favorite picks. Noah ended up liking the Disc Golf Information Network, so we both liked that one, so we think that's a solid choice. Now, next step is to set up an account for our podcast. We're going to upload the first one. We're going to upload this one being the second. We're going to try to get to a logo and start hitting some stuff hard. Like I said in the last podcast, we've got some cool videos planned. Not just podcasts, but some actual content for y'all. So y'all should definitely stay tuned for that. We're going to have some cool footage out retrieving discs. Not as serious as Scuba Steve, and we probably won't find as many as Scuba Steve, but we are going to retrieve some discs and some cool spots. Really, I'm making an excuse to go find my champion Firebird that I really want back.
And my Z-Line Buzz that I would really like back as well.
Yep.
And I also, if we want to get in Lake O, maybe.
No.
I probably no, but I feel like there's some cool stuff out there too.
There's more than cool stuff out there.
There's
There's more than cool stuff out there. Well, that was the second episode. We appreciate everyone, all who watched. Again, just to recap, we film these on Tuesdays. They're out on Wednesdays. And if you have any questions, you can always call us at the shop at 706-869-8080. You can DM us on Facebook at facebook.com/escapeoutdoors LLC. The star rock that Blake hooked us up with seems to have bit the dust. You can also DM us on Instagram at escape.outdoors, and we'll link all of our other social medias below as well. Sorry if I'm forgetting anything. That star rock really doesn't want to stay up on the wall, but we're going to end it here. So thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, guys.
Y'all have a good rest of your night.